Hello, everybody. So this is my desktop, and today I'm going to show you how to store images and attribute them before building H5Ps. So the first thing I do is I create a couple of folders. So this one was for the alphabet module, this one's for the Canada module, and that's the first thing I do. And in this folder, this is my own stuff. So because I do course presentations, I have the last slide ready to go for my course presentations. Um, and I, of course, have the Lumi app because sometimes I just like to be offline and create offline. But the problem is sometimes when you create offline, you can't upload what you create because maybe the file is too large. So sometimes if I'm creating something big, I prefer to create it on the site I'm going to be using it on, such as an interactive video or let's say a course presentation. So I'll just use that. I'm using a different computer because my other computer is still not working and I'm getting it fixed, and it's still not ready. So in that computer, I have tons of files and stuff ready to go. So I kind of put it off. I thought I'd have that computer ready so that I could show you more stuff. So I had to redo some of these things on this computer because I didn't have it on here. Again, it's important to save stuff in more than one place. And honestly, I'm really bad at that. Uh, so basically, I create like a task builder for each and every task that I create or each and every theme. So this is my alphabet task builder. So because we work with PBLA and you got to do real world tasks, um, this is just a sample. Unlike what I had in my other computer, which was more elaborate, I had to create this quickly in order to do this video. So this is the first thing. You start with this, and I'm going to be sharing this with you. And I took someone's advice and put the watermark on here. So that's the alphabet one. And here is, I think this one is also the alphabet. Why do I have two? Let me get rid of one. Okay. And this is the Canada theme one. So I just did it for one activity. And I went back to week one to look at um, Toronto is the capital city of Canada. But I have this done for a whole entire theme that I've worked with in the past. So again, it goes into our sandbox. If you want to have a look, there's a true false capital cities with image, and you can have a look at that. Where, so the question might be, where do you source images and how do you credit them? Well, I like Pixabay because I can get images from there, and these are some of the images that I downloaded from Pixabay. And I signed up for Pixabay. It's free, so why not? Also, I like Open Clip Art because they also have quite simple pictures, I believe, that we can use for our like for images in our slides. So in case you didn't know about this website, it's great. Also, if you just click on one of the images, you can save the image and it just comes up as a number. Um, oh, it's saved. Here's the Great Lakes in case you're doing them. So open clip art is an amazing thing. Let me just see. So here is the attribution information because it's all CC0. It's by GD. I don't know what happens if I click here, but let me see. So Gordon Dallin Johnson, he's a librarian, and he has, I guess, uploaded all of this 985 pages worth. Open clip art is CC0, but I like to find out the information about the author and credit as well. So the one I worked with today mostly was Pixabay. Most of you are familiar with Pixabay, so I'm going to focus on this. And of course, you can do a search for anything you want. If you want to look for Canada pictures, you just type in Canada. I think a lot of you are familiar with this. You scroll down and there are pictures here. Again, I like the simplicity of open clip art and the fact that it's CC0. Okay, now let me look at this. So when you are crediting and working on your activities, you're going to have images and attribution for the Moodle activity. And it's important to write the title. So this one here is the colorful prismatic um, chromatic and the number. This is the name of that picture, and I think it's here. So this is it. And I took the name right from here. But also, if you look at the credits, when you do the credits, the alphabet, you can see that their website is also here because you're going to type it into your H5P. And I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. What else am I missing here? This one I used for the Canada. So when you click download, I'm going to download it again, you get this information. And this here, you can choose where you want it to go. So right now, it's choosing my desktop Canada module, and it's put a 1. So I would just click save. But I'm not going to save it because I already have it in my folder. So I'm just going to click cancel. So this is the image by and the name. And that's how you fill out the form. So if you look at this, I have image by and that there and the Pixabay. And of course is CC0. And that's great. So I just used one image in that true false question from last week. And you can look at that. Also, I'm going to be sharing this with you so you can see the credits that I do. I do title, author, year, source, license, and license version. And what else am I supposed to share in this video? Oh, yes. So the same thing I do for alphabet. So any new topic that I begin, I think about real world tasks. I create one form per real world task, and I throw it into the task builder and into my folder. And the folder is here. So as you can see in the folder, I have the uh, Word document. So I download it to my computer. So I have a copy of it from my Google Drive. So in Google Docs, I design it so everything's online, and then I put it into my computer as a Google Doc. Sorry, as a Microsoft Word file. And it's all the same information, as you can see here. So to go and put in a picture, usually you're going to upload the image from your computer, so that's why it's important to have it there. And here is that one that I just downloaded. And of course, the first thing I would do is attribute it. And I think I forgot to show you to do that, so I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to go into letters of the alphabet, I think it was. Yes. And I had an alphabet picture here that I wanted to use. So I'm just going to delete this one that I used for Canada. And I'm going to take you step by step on how to attribute this in the document before you start building. So let me get rid of the geography one and just focus on the alphabet one. So I really liked this picture here, and I'm going to download it. So there we go. And I download it, but I don't want this folder, so that means I have to go back to my desktop. And when I'm building something, I usually put it on the desktop so it's easier to access. And then when I'm finished, I put it into another folder, but you don't want to put it down too deep, otherwise it won't open. So here is the credit. Image by took a pic from Pixabay. So I'm just going to copy this link, and I'm going to put it in my form. So that is the author. Okay, and you just Control C, Control V if you're on a Windows computer. Then I go back to this image here, and I just cross it out. Cross it out, close it. And then I get the rest of the information from here. So what other information do I need? I need the name of it. So it's called Keyboard ABC Alphabet Button Key. I just take this name and I copy it, and this will be the title of the image. Next thing is the years. It only asks for years, but if I have more information, I'm going to include it. So if I go back to this Pixabay, I see that the published date was October 6, 2015. So I'm going to take a copy of that, and I'm going to go back to my Google Doc and paste it. The source URL is where the picture is located in case you need to find it again. So you just go back into that Pixabay site, you just grab the URL, you copy, and then you paste it. Control V. And the license we all know is CC0. And that's great. And the license version, I don't know, so I just leave it blank. If it's included, I will add it. And this is basically the information you now need to go and build your task. So now I'm going to go to online courses for free and my sandbox, and I'm going to look at drag the letters. And in this one, I'm going to add the image. So I'm going to click, first of all, reuse. I'm going to download it, and I'm going to put it into the alphabet module. And I'm going to call it ORG dot for original. And you don't want any spaces whatsoever in here. And actually, I'm not going to use a dot, but an underscore. You can only use underscore or dashes, or else it won't like it, because it's a .h5p, right? So I'm going to save that. Now it's in my computer, because I really don't want to mess with my original one, and you'll see why later. So now I'm going to go into more, and I'm going to go, oops, I have to, what am I logged in as? Oh, I remember. I have to go back up to week 2. And I need now to go into my content bank. So more content bank. As you can see, I'm also learning this new version of Moodle because I'm not used to it. So no worries there. So content bank, because remember I said it's easier just to go and build in the content bank. I want to upload my original one. And I'm going to upload it from my machine. So I'm going to go find that file. And it's right here. Truth, nope, that's not the one I want. I want alphabet. So I'm going to upload this, drag the words original. And I'm going to save as, I'm going to put drag the, sorry, I want to use just that, drag the words, and I'm going to put with image. And of course, it's my name is the author, and I'm going to do it as a non-commercial share alike. So Creative Commons, non-commercial share alike. There we go. And I'm going to save these changes. So it's drag the words, it's going to open up, and I'm going to edit and add all my information from my desktop. So I wanted to edit this because I want to add a picture at the top. Pictures are always nice. And I'm going to start with the title because this is not something we did before, and this is where you credit yourself. So I'm going to call this Track the Words Alphabet. So drag the letters. I'm even going to change that name. Lowercase letters. Lowercase because that's what it is in here. And I'm going to go into metadata. So this is my title, and this is the credit that's going to show that I did this. So the license, I'm going to again do it as share alike, CC by NC, non-commercial. And I'm just going to put 2024. The source, there is none because this isn't a picture or title or any, like it's a title, but I'm not sure what to put as a source here. If anyone can help with that, I'd appreciate it. And these are license extras. I don't put anything in there. I don't put anything in there. And I don't put anything on the bottom. These could just be some comments from me. And this way, at the end, I'll show you what this does. So this is the title metadata for the H5P itself. Now, media. So media is where you want to add your image, video, or your audio if you are using that or nothing. So last week we looked at text. This week we're looking at images. So we're going to add an image. So the image I'm going to add is going to be from my desktop. As you can see, it's my PC, it's my desktop, and it opened up. So I'm going to add the image, the colorful, this one here, because it has both uppercase and lowercase. And I'm going to put decorative only. Oops, no, I'm going to leave that. And I'm going to write alternative text. And I'm going to write the alphabet in uppercase, lowercase letters. There. That's good if somebody can't hear or an alternative text. It's good for accessibility for a screen reader. That's what it's for. Yeah, for a screen reader. Text to speech. So that's great. I'm going to leave image zooming. So don't touch that. Don't click that. And nothing else there. But let's return to the image because I forgot something very important. Next to image, it says metadata. This is where you enter the image data. So again, you can go back to your Google Doc or back to your desktop to find it. I'm just going to use the Google Doc for now and just go back between Content Bank and Google and my Google Doc for the alphabet. So the name of that one is Color Prismatic Chromatic. So I'm going to take this title, I'm going to copy it, and I am going to put it here. Control V. I am going to take the license, and of course we all know that it's public domain. License version, I guess there's none. And again, go back here, you check for the year, it was 2016. So let me go back to the content bank and type in 2016. Now, I am not the author of this image, so I'm going to swap this out for the name of the author, or this right here. So this image was found on Pixabay. I'm going to take it, copy it, and put it into the content bank. So there's a lot of homework that has to be done before you start building anything. And in the early times of the pandemic, that is where I failed greatly. Because I just took stuff, put it in. I needed stuff like for yesterday, not even like for today, for yesterday. And it really overwhelmed me. And because I was new to everything, I was a little overwhelmed, and you know, it was just overwhelming. So the idea is to have fun, to create these, to do it, but to have fun and know that you're making a difference in the ELT world. And that is my thing now. Now I do it. I love it. It's a hobby for me. I love looking for pictures. I understand, and especially understanding how to credit others is so very important. Now, I usually just take all of this image too in case I didn't copy something, or if I want to add more. Go back into the content bank and it says license extras. I just add this. So if you open this up a little, you can see that everything's there. So I'm going to save that author because it says image by Gordon. So that was the author of the image. It's going to scroll down and I'm going to save. Okay, great. I now have the alphabet up here. I have dragged the letter into the correct boxes, dragged the lowercase letters. So now they have the alphabet, they can match, they can see what's missing, and it becomes like a duplicating activity, you know, reading duplication, trying to find the letters that match, and letter recognition, and so on. And you can add information in here if you want for the CLB stuff, but I like to keep it simple for my CLB 1 and 2, so the less information you have here, the better. Also, the image blows up and goes down, and that's the zoom feature. Happy with this. So I'm going to take it, and remember it's in the content bank. So I'm just going to go back into week 2 here. Now I'm going to add it as an activity in week 2. So this one, I added it with image. Oh, that's the capital cities. That's not the alphabet. Back here. What am I doing? So I had a fill in the blanks alphabet. And now I want to add a new one. That's what I wanted to do. So I'm going to click on edit mode, turn editing on, and I am going to add my activity right here. And I love this feature of Moodle 4.3 because you don't need to add an activity here. You can add it anywhere you want by clicking the plus sign. And this is what we meant by you'll be learning Moodle as well. And each Moodle version changes. So of course I want activities. I'm going to find the blue H5P because that's what I usually work with. Click on it. I'm going to give this H5P a name. So again, the name of this H5P is going to be alphabet. Fill in the blanks. No, actually, I'm going to keep it the same. Fill in the blanks. Alphabet with image. And now I'm going to retrieve the package from the content bank. So if I click here, it just opens the content bank, but I want to add what I just created. So I'm going to click here, go to the content bank, last modified. So drag the words with image. I believe that's it. And I'm going to link to this file. And I'm going to save and display. Oh, actually, I'm not going to do that because there's an important step that I just missed. So I'm going to expand all. I like to expand all. And I can put in the grade as 70. So that's one thing I can do. But this H5P options, I'm going to allow download in case any of you want to try it with your learners. Not, it's not very cell phone friendly, this one. So if most of your students are on a cell phone, I wouldn't recommend it. CLB button and copyright button. So scroll down, completion, students. So I'm going to add requirements, receive a grade, and a passing grade, not just any grade. And of course, this is just a skill building activity based on the CLB and PVLA. So I'm not going to tag it, and I don't have anywhere to tag it here, but on other places I do, but when it's skill building, I don't usually tag it. I only tag skill using an assessment tags, assessment tasks. So let's try that again. Assessment tasks. Um, and then I don't know much about this, but this is something new on the Moodle competencies, so that would be kind of neat. Um, and I'm not going to send a content change notification. I'm just going to save and display. And of course, the last step I have to do is test my activity, which is very, very important to test the activity. So if I look at this, I can use this to, I need the letter D, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I'm identifying the letters and putting them H, I, O, K, J. So for a lower level or literacy student, this might work. Also, I wanted to show you, so you check when you're done. Of course, I'm not done. I got 3 out of 12. That's terrible. I should retry because it's a practice activity. You can reuse it in case you need to copy it and take it to another site or another course. Rights of use is where all the information is. So this drag the letters alphabet lowercase. The license is mine and I created it. So I'm the author of this e-activity and this is the year. This here is the alphabet image. That's the name of it, public domain, and that's about all the information that is there. So the image is attributed and the rest of the information didn't show anyway. So it's inside in case somebody needs it, and they can refine the image if they're looking for it by clicking on the URL, which is inside of the, I think it grabbed my information from the bottom, but also you have the URL here. So if you take this URL, copy it, go back to Pixabay, come up here and click Control V, you will find, oops, I must have done something wrong. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me just do this And let me go back. Let me obtain it from the original. Copy, and let me put it here. Oops. What am I doing? Control V. There we go. And here's the image. So if you ever need it again, it's good information to give somebody to show where you got it from. It's a great way to share. And that's it. I hope I have been informative and that I've helped you figure out how to unwide or like figure out how to easily source images and attribute them and put them in your e-activities. Now, you can use it for a quiz, you can use it for an assignment, you can use it in many different ways. I use quizzes for almost everything. You might want your students to read out in a quiz using the poodle the alphabet. I mean, there are many things that you can do with that. Or any other image that you source, and so on. So basically, ideas are just as narrow as your ideas. The wider your ideas are, the more they'll flow to you. And the more you talk to other teachers, the more ideas you'll have. Um, and that's about it. If you have any questions, please use this forum to ask us questions about sourcing. If you need me to clarify anything, please ask in the forum. Thank you very much. Have a great day, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And I look forward to sharing more videos with you.